Hello and welcome to another MyMaths thing as my phone's going crazy and beeping like mad. Um, this is a walkthrough of task 222, plotting graphs for non-linear. I think it was 222. Anyhow. Right, so all I'm going to do is same thing I did with quadratics. I'm going to change this equation and put it into the calculator and then throw the numbers in and just write down the answers. Calculator does most of the work, I just need to know how to put it in. So all you do when you put it in your calculator is you just change all the x's to brackets. So I'm going to go bracket, cubed, take away 2, bracket, squared, plus 1. So that's what I'm going to type into the calculator. Let's do that now. So we've got bracket, cubed, then close my bracket. And then I've got, that's that one, take away 2, squared, and then plus 1. Okay. That's all it looks like in the calculator, and then all I've got to do is go back and put all the numbers in. So I'll start with -1, so I've got -1, and then in this bracket I need a -1, and then I press equals, and the answer turns out to be -2, so I'm just going to put -2 there. Next one, just go back and just change the -1 into a 0, go back here, change the -1, delete to a 0, and you get 1. Change to 1, just press the back key, delete 1, go back, delete 1, press equals, and I've got 0, go back, press 2, go back, press 2, and then answers 1, and the last one, go back, delete, it's number 3 this time, into the bracket, number 3, and I've got 10. And that's the end of that question. Now MyMaths does say to draw the graph and then show your teacher. Let's not do that. You can do that if your teacher tells you to, but I'm not telling you to right now. Okay, so clear that one. All clear, that's that one done. Right, this one, so when I put in the bracket in the calculator, it's going to be bracket cubed, take away 12 over a bracket, take away 3, and then I'm just going to run the numbers through. So on my calculator, I've got brackets cubed, I've got take away, now a fraction with 12 on the top, so 12 on the top, and then I've got the brackets on the bottom, and then come out of the fraction, and I want -3. Make sure you come out of the fraction by using the arrow key to get out of that fraction, and then I can go back through and I can put the numbers in now. So I start with -3, all the way back to there, and -3. Press equals, got -26, do it again, -2 this time, delete, go back here, change this to a 2, -5, next one is -1, so delete, -1, delete, -1, and that one's 8. Now notice there's no 0. There's no 0 because of the fraction 12 over 0 would just make your calculator explode. Don't try that at home. Next one, we go back and change it to a 1. Delete and change that one to a 1. Press equals, and you've got -14. Going back, you've got the number 2. Delete 2 and delete 2. And we get the graph -1. The graph, get the point -1 over -1, go back, change that to a 3, back over here, change that to a 3, and I've got the answer 20. Okay, and that's that one done. The last one, now the question says do it to the nearest integer, so that was, I'm going to just round off the nearest whole number. Integer is just a posh way of saying whole number. Right, so we're going with this one, so when I'm putting the calculator it's going to look like 20 times by 1.2 to the power of x. So I just change the x to a bracket, that's all. Let's go with the calculator. I've got 20 times by 1.2. Now the power button is this one where you can put any power in at all. So I want a power button up there, and that's where my brackets are going to hide. So it looks like this thing. And then I've got to put the number 0 all the way to 5 in there. So I just go back here, put 0 in. That's obviously going to be 20, because anything the power of 0 is 1. So this bit turned out to be 1, and then 20 times 1. Go back here, delete 1, that's going to be 24. That is an integer, so I'm happy with that one. put a 2 in there. Oh, this one's not. So that's 28.8, which is 29 to the nearest integer. So 29, but round up with the 8. Put a 3 in, delete 3, out with another fraction. 34.5 rounds to 35. You've got to round correctly, which is a lower level skill than the work we're doing here. Go back up here, change it to a 4. Another fraction, 41.4 rounds down, and then change it to a 5. The last one, delete 5, and I've got the answer 49.750. Okay, so it's all about putting the equation into your calculator, and all you're doing is you just change the x to brackets, and then away you go with your calculator. Fairly easy. Okay, next one. Now, I found it useful to draw the graph. Now, you are given the equation of the graph, so it's easy to draw it out if you just follow that exercise we did there. You're also given the axes, so you know your x values, my x values went from -4 all the way to 4, and then I was able to sketch the graph so I can play with the actual graph now. Alright, let's have a look at the questions. I'm given a graph I'm going to solve, given a positive solution only. 10 minus x squared plus x equals 0. Oh, equals 0, right? So 10 minus x squared plus x equals y. 10 minus x squared plus x equals 0. So all I've done is they've let y equal 0. They changed the y into a 0 on the. Okay, if you can see that. So all they've done here is they've just changed y. They've let y equal 0. Well, where does y equal 0 at? Well, that's anywhere along this line. So it could be here, but that's negative. And it could be all the way up here, couldn't it? So now I'm just going to guess. So that's about 3.8, I would say. So I'm putting in 3.8. Okay, and that's that one. The next one, draw a suitable line to solve. Positive solution again only. 10 minus x squared plus x equals 5. So 10 minus x squared plus x equals y. 10 minus x squared plus x equals 5. So all they've done this time is they've let y equal 5. So change the y into a number 5. Now the line y equals 5 is a straight line running across the axes where y equals 5. So y is equal to 5 here, there's a y-axis, so y is 5 there. So y equals 5 is this line here. Anywhere on that line, y is going to equal 5. Now given that I'm after the positive solution, so positive solutions, that's a negative solution, that's a positive solution, so it's where the graph crosses the line. If I just drop down, I can see it's going to be about there. So that looks to me to be about 2.9 I'm going to go for. So x is going to be 2.9. And that's it. That's plotting graphs for non-linear. Non-linear, they could be going all over the place. Have fun.